hype. Yeah, I had to go ahead and raise the fee. If you ain't rocking with it, take a hike.
Say you gon' ride, say you gon' stay by me. Spin and slide.
It's Madden NFL 24. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Eagles and the Huskies. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Huskies of Anchorage taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
In the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for visiting Anchorage, they come in on a 1-game winning streak. What do you say we keep that one positive? The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway, Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Walker looking to throw it right away. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. To throw is Walker. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback, but last year he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players, thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
The drive starts with a completion left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 47 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You say, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Walker hitting the ball is out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Off the play fake, Walker. That is incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
First carry for DeAndre Swift, down to about the 45. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. Smith catches left side. Room to maneuver at the 45. And down to the 19-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. As they've got it as we resume action. Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Hurts. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Underneath into the hands of Sternberger. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Walker. And it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Walker from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown,
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Walker. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, Huskies.
Now Walker. He fights him, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Brandon Graham just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 3rd down and 13. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And that's caught inside the 30. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before...
Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Walker's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Walker. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
This one brought in by Sternberger. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And touchdown! Anthony Schwartz as the first half is winding down. And the Huskies are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. James Robinson with a couple of touchdowns there. From there, we stay in the Empire State. We head up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Damian Harris, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brandon Ayuk up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good. but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First down, Huskies.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Walker. Over the middle, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And it'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And working out of the gun here, Walker. Oh, he stays up. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he stopped immediately there. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Walker now. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Walker. Being chased out left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. With their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. This is Swift on the counter. That one a first down pickup of 8. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. But now he appears to be in some pain. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 2nd down, here's Penny. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're
as he'll take this down to the 33. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Penny up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run it again with Penny. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a pickup of 6. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Penny is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Walker. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Walker. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. First down, Walker. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Walker. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
A gain of 9 yards and an Anchorage first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Philadelphia, they get back to 500 at 8-8 with 1 game remaining. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the
It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we'll see Geno Smith. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Seahawks and the Huskies, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Huskies of Anchorage. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, look at this Anchorage team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go here in Anchorage. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led by their 5'11 quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Walker. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Seahawks defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
And Walker now to throw on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Walker. He finds McCoy.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Walker throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
At the 47-yard line.
And they run the option on 2nd down. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
On 1st and 10, Walker. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you.
And it's a fumble. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Wow, that ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
A 40-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
As I remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia, he was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. Now 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mucked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
The Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down at a yard. A shotgun snap for Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
A 1st down throw for Walker. And this is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 16 yards, a 1st down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Seahawks 42-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 36. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now Walker. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Walker. Touchdown! That's Boogie. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Fry good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Walker. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Walker. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To throw is Walker. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it, and the lead will hold at 10.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start with a West Coast rivalry that's picking up steam once again. LA taking on San Francisco out at Levi's Stadium. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. The Florida State product, Cam Akers, with a touchdown run. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Adam Thielen, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And they trailed the visiting Chiefs in that one. The Chiefs trying to hold on and claim victory. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Geno. And this now a loose football. The ball comes out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Here's Smith.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Taken down at the 42.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole.
Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
And working out of the gun here, Walker dancing to his left. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of...
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Draymond Jones drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Try on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good for 56 yards out. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and that is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Well, right now, really hoping for a turnover. 72 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Escaping. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. P.J. Walker with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Huskies look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage, just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Smith. That is caught. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 34 yards. And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like this one won't work out. Ham's team able to secure the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. To throw is Walker. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And this one is right down Broadway.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So Geno and the Seahawks down by 15. Just over a minute 40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Smith to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. This is Fant on the short completion. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Smith. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Smith's going to throw it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, just was unsuccessful.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Anchorage, they end the season on a high note, but it's a season that will see them finish just 4-13 overall.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.